So today is Tuesday, 29th of November, 2022, 6:03 p.m. I would like to call the meeting to order for HOCP's board meeting. Welcome to all the board members and the HOCP staff working late to get this meeting conducted. Thank you. I suppose everybody was able to go through the minutes from the previous meeting. Want to ask if there are any questions from the minutes, if everybody was able to go through this meeting, those minutes, sorry.
Varun, I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if other folks are. You keep cutting in and out. I'm trying to adjust my sound here, but
Yeah, me too. I thought it was
Oh,
my connection, but
Yeah.
okay.
okay.
I think you need to just be closer to your microphone. or
Yeah,
something.
okay.
Maybe.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think the first question was everybody able to go through the minutes to the meeting? If there were any questions? Not, then I would like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes. Any seconds?
I second.
Thank you. So the minutes for the August 31, 2022 meeting are approved. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, so let's move on to the reports. John, you want to take up the second topic on the agenda?
Oh, the second topic would be introduction of our new directors. So I don't know, maybe Chelsea, if you'd like to say some opening comments, and then
Sure
Tia
would.
and Ken.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, John, and thank you, Varun. Good afternoon to you all and to the members of the public that might be viewing. I am pleased to share that we continue to bring new talent and leadership to the organization, and we're fortunate to have Tia Blunt, our new director of the Office of Public Affairs and Communications, join us. I'll give her a moment to say hello, and I do know her, another colleague should be joining hopefully in a few moments.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. And it's a pleasure to meet you all virtually, and to those who might be joining in, a warm hello. My name is Tia Blunt, and I do have the privilege of serving as the Director of Public Affairs and Communications. Prior to joining HOC, I was consulting for about 5 years, working with many of our friends in the affordable housing space. And prior to that, working both as the Chief of Strategy and VP of External Relations for the Community Preservation and Development Corporation. So they're a not-for-profit developer, owner, operator that provides resident services, full-scale developer that has merged with enterprise community partners. And so I think, gosh, today marks day 10, not including the holidays that I've been with the agency. So really excited to be here, and it's been eventful. And I will say that, going into the new year, goal setting for both HOC and HOCP is really one of my key priorities. And to that end, really wanted to raise a few of those priorities that I'll be working with John, our new ED Chelsea, and several of you to advance. One of which is drafting and ultimately gaining approval for a 5-year strategic plan for HOCP. And that's really critical because as HOC goes through that process, HOCP we'll be doing that as well. And one of the goals that's really critical is looking at how we increase discretionary funding awards to support HOC programs. The other is finding a vendor who can revamp the HOCP website. And so the HOC website will also go through an overhaul, but next year HOCP is in line. And then really working to conduct and promote a range of high-profile community and other events. And I'm raising this because HOCP has a 25th anniversary coming up in 2024. And so advanced planning for that next year is going to be really critical, because it's my understanding that Inspire, you all outdid yourselves. And so we have to really do it big for the 25th anniversary. And so again, looking forward to meeting with you all, working with you, and being a resource however I can.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
you, and welcome again, Tia. She has definitely come in, as you can see already, ready to make an impact and to support the work we do. We're also fortunate to have a director of a newly formed division, our Office of Government and Legislative Affairs, Ken Silverman, join us. And Ken, you want to give greetings?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm like Tia. I think I have about 4 days on the job on Tia, which I think I'm never going to let you forget that. But very, very glad to be here. I've been for the last 10 years or so working at the county council for Councilmember Navarro, and then for most recently for Councilmember Hans Remer, including the last 4 years where he chaired the housing committee there. And over that time have really deepened my interest and involvement in housing policy, and I'm really excited to be fortunate to have this position to focus on housing and HOC's work and learn more about HOCP. I've already begun talking with John about opportunities for grants and other funding opportunities that we can identify, and I'm eager to get to know all of you and see how I can help.
Fantastic. Thank you again, and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ken.
I think we've probably talked on the phone, but I don't think we've met.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I certainly recognize you, Sally. I know I've seen you testify before the council, and
yeah, over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to see you here. I look forward to working with you.
A pleasure to have you here.
Welcome to both of you. And Ken, specifically, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to be a resource. I think you've got a lot of local contacts. I've got a lot of federal contacts. I came from Capitol Hill, and I'm now at Freddie Mac. But happy to just have a conversation, and excited that you're there. And I think there's just so much possibility. And I think being in Washington, D.C.'s backyard, there's so much, I think, just possibility for HOC and HOCP to be a resource to a lot of policymakers around that. I think we can explore and have, just more of a strategy around it. I'm happy to think about that with you.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. And Chelsea had flagged you as a resource for me when I started, and I'm ashamed to admit I haven't gotten to that line on my to-do list yet.
You've been there 4 days. It's okay.
I've got it squared away. Intro coming, forthcoming. So
no worries, no worries.
Yeah, no,
You've got a lot of support around you.
Absolutely, and I definitely will need assistance getting to know the federal landscape, and so that sounds great. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, Varun, you're on mute.
So I know the next item on the agenda is financial report, but I guess Stephanie wanted to go first. Stephanie, because you needed to leave for somewhere.
Yes, I did. I asked John hi, Community Partners Board first. I am sitting in a parking lot because I have to go to my daughter's game in a minute. But I talked to John, and we just wanted to talk about Inspire, being that it was a record-breaking fundraiser. And thank you guys, Varun for speaking, Teresa for getting an amazing guest speaker. There's all of you, as well as our Staff Appreciation Day. We also raised a record number of money. And thank you, Ken Teckler, because I'm sure it was your Wizards tickets that did that.
Oh, I'm sure. No doubt.
It's where I put all my tickets. And if you guys had any questions or wanted to ask anything, just let me know and we can talk about it.
I'll just jump in and say, of course, it was my first time participating in Inspire. And it definitely, from my perspective, was a fantastic event that brought together many of our contributors, but I think also created a level of excitement about what's next. A lot of folks who we even reached out to for support and in donations asked if this was an annual event. And as you can tell, even our HOC board got kind of around this event. And so something for us to think about, the opportunity to fundraise on an annual basis is something that I think we should contemplate at some point. But on the heels of this event, I want to just thank our LPA team. Stephanie did a fantastic job coordinating this effort, had to change from outside to inside, and really thank everyone for all of the support in spreading the word and really being key partners throughout the night. So I just want to thank everyone, and then also plant a little seed that as we go to funders, what we're learning and what I experienced this time was that if you're not in the annual budget when they're planning their funding for the year, they have to recalibrate everything. But if you're in that annual, we know every year we give $25,000 or X amount per year, it is much easier for them to plan for and support. Notwithstanding, each of our sponsors and stakeholders came to the plate ready to deliver for us, but wanted to also give that additional context as well.
That's excellent input, Chelsea, from the funders. And I think I just need to add that the first gala was wonderful. This one just set the bar higher than the first one. So I guess whatever HOC is doing is awesome. Then I think there's again a lot of learning, which I'm sure you would internally want to think about and discuss and sort of gain from the perspective we got from this one. But doing it yearly might add some benefits, which I think you can have an internal discussion and see what works. But I know you need at least 6 to 8 months of planning ahead to get this done. So the planning will need to start very soon then.
That's all I have. If anybody has questions, let me know. But other than that, that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Stephanie.
guys. All right. See you later.
Bye. So what was, John, can you get to the next item on the agenda? I think that was the financial. Yes.
Yes, AJ, that would be page 8, the financial reports.
Yeah. So the financial statements were distributed, and if there are no questions, I guess we need a resolution to approve the financial statements.
No, this is just a status report.
Yeah.
We don't.
Okay.
There's no
An
action.
update.
Got it. Oh, got
Right.
it. Sorry, I got it confused with the audited financial statement. Sorry.
So you will see the reports include, of course, the first quarter, but also October, and primarily the largest expense that we incurred was connected with our summer camps, and that, of course, is completely funded by a grant from Montgomery County. And I don't have to go through that list to read through all of them. Everything is. You see, there's not a whole lot of activity, but we hope that with the new year, things will begin to open up and you'll see much more activity. The general fund, those are expenses that primarily we incurred for implementing the programs that you awarded discretionary funds to, and it includes some of the expenses for the Inspire celebration. The final celebration report on the expense side, we should have ready for our next meeting in January. There are a lot of credit card expenses, and it takes a while for that to show up in Yardi for the reconciling. And let's see, and then on the next page, AJ, the next page you see the status of the discretionary funding awards that you've made that are current. and also the amount of HOC Works funding that is available. Right now, they're still spending down on the first award that you made for HOC Works. You see a small balance there of a little over $7,800. And I anticipate that the Academy will probably come to the board again, possibly in January, requesting another award to use HOC Works funding for tuition assistance. And further on, the next couple pages, you see the statement of financial position and also the statement of activities. Those were generated by Pradeep in finance. So all his numbers agree with the reports that I sent. So everything is in agreement there. And then if you wanted all the details, you can see the budget to actuals on the next page. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And then the final page of the financial report, the next page, just shows the balances on each of the ledgers.
Okay.
So with the few outstanding gala contributions that we should receive the next couple of weeks, that will bring our total assets well over $600,000.
That's impressive. It's so much more than when it started.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
And so, may I ask, like how are our funds invested? Like, you know, they're still sitting in the bank, like 1%, or advantage of, you know, these rising?
I don't know what percentage we're earning, but I could ask finance
Okay.
for that information.
Yeah.
I know it's
Idea-
in just one
yeah.
one account. It's basically, I don't know if it's a checking account, but I will find that out and let you know.
Yeah,
In
no,
fact-
no problem. All I wanted was to just bring it to your attention. If there was an opportunity to, you know, take advantage of the increasing interest rates, and we may not be able to spend majority of this money in the next year or some portion. So next year, that could translate into about $20,000 worth of interest. So just an opportunity if there is a, you know, HOCP can use make of it.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Thank you, John. All right.
So that brings us to the next section, section 3. Items requiring your action and 2 corresponding resolutions.
So we need a resolution, right, John?
Yes. So Lexi McDowell,
Yes.
her term is expiring at the end of December, and she's here to maybe say a few words and offer why she'd like to continue and serve for another 3-year term. Also, some background: she finished off a term from the previous board member who had to resign from the board. So that's why if you may be thinking, boy, those 3 years went by fast. Lexi might be thinking that too, but it wasn't really 3 years. She finished off the previous term. So Lexi.
Hi, guys. Good evening. It has really been a pleasure working with you guys. I have learned a lot through our meetings. Unfortunately, I have not been able to, make it to all of the final meetings that we had because of family issues. Unfortunately, my mother got sick after having the COVID vaccine, unfortunately. So she was in and out of the hospital, which did affect a few of the meetings that I did have. And then I also, unfortunately, again, had a death in the family. But moving forward with my mom's health improving and with learning more about the HOC board and what you guys do and knowing what I'm capable of contributing, I would definitely love to stay on board and give any advice or any feedback that I may have in terms of any of the programs and also see what I can do to contribute because again as a HOC customer, anything that I can do to help better the services provided to people like me would, it would affect me as well. And I think it'll be great for not only the adults on the program, but also, the children, if we can find something that can benefit them growing up. So they can have a better opportunity for their futures. So I know I didn't really get to know much of you guys, but I'm hoping that, within the next 3 years, we can develop a better relationship and, move on from here.
Thank you, Lexi. So are there any questions from any of the board members today? Yes, if none, then I would like to ask for a motion to approve the appointment or the reappointment of Ms. McDowell for the next 3 years. Any
I will
seconds?
move it. Yeah.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody against? Right. Not having heard anything, the resolution is approved. Welcome aboard.
Thank
Lexi.
you.
So we look forward to working with you for the next 3 years.
So do
Awesome.
I.
So the
Awesome.
next step is we will prepare a packet item for the commission meeting, the commission meeting scheduled in December, and they will give the final approval of your appointment, Lexi.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Is now a good time to ask about recruitment of other positions, or should we do that another time? I have done some outreach. Admittedly, it was very recently. I know I said, John, to you, I was gonna do some outreach prior to Thanksgiving and stuff just got away from me, but I have some potentially good prospects for folks who I think would be great for the board, but didn't know if that was something we talk about now or we can discuss that another time.
Yes, in terms of details and specific individuals, that probably would be best to schedule
right.
a
I meant more
offline.
like timing of
Right.
like yeah no
Okay.
yeah, I just meant like we have some vacancies or some upcoming vacancies and the sort of process by which we would anyway we can also discuss
I actually think it would be helpful. John, are you able to provide guidance in terms of what the sequence and the timing would be for nominations and elections?
Thank you, Chelsea.
Yes.
Not to put you on the spot, I didn't mean to do that because it's not fully on the agenda. I know that. Just helpful for us as we're thinking about like, are there people that would be potentially interested in timing of all of that?
Yes, the terms technically would start in January. They're
Okay.
3 years. So in terms of our next steps, of course, we would have to reach out to them, encourage them to apply, and maybe for the board to just meet as a subcommittee offline, no action item, but just discuss the applicants and then present them for deliberation at January's board meeting.
Which is when?
Which is, well, we don't have it scheduled just yet. That's another thing we need to talk about before we adjourn.
Okay.
But we would, it's going to be around the 3rd week of January. And so
yeah,
then
post holiday break would be helpful, I think, from my perspective, and give us a little more time to, you know, wrangle some applicants. How many, can you remind me, John, how many slots we have?
Yes, I wanted also to announce that unfortunately both Donna and Sally are leaving the board. Both their terms expire at the end of December. Both Donna and Sally have undesignated seats at large. So that means we don't have to recruit someone from a specific profession. It could be anyone in the community that we think would be a good fit for the board. So yes, 2, and ideally, if the timing works, the HOCP board would approve in late January and then present the nominations to the commission at their February meeting. That would be ideal. So
okay,
we could discuss a little bit offline as in terms of our next steps and some more details.
Oh, thank you, John. That's really helpful. And Sally and Donna, you guys are both just really thoughtful members, board members, and always dig into the right details at the right time. And you know, just I've really appreciated being on the board with you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I would like to just say that I've really enjoyed my 6 years and will miss this a great deal. In fact, is there any way you can kind of keep me up to date on what you're doing? Because I do care about it very much, particularly programs for children after school and programs that help people gain employment, all these things that are necessary for people for a happy, successful life. And I think we do as much as we can, and with all this money we now have, we ought to be able to do even more. So thank you.
And I would just say I've been on the board for just 2 years, but because I have involvement in a couple of other local organizations, I found my time was spread too thin. But it was very, I really enjoyed getting to see what HOC is up to now, since I was most involved in HOC quite a number, several, you know, in the 80s and 90s. And so it's been a while, although I've kept up to some extent, but this was great to see all the new things that are happening and to see what this board is doing. So I've enjoyed my time. I only wish we'd been able to see each other in person for many of these meetings, but I guess that's not, you know, the way things go now. So I wish you all the best, and I look forward to keeping up with what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you both, Donna and Sally. And I do remember, Sally, you know, how excited you were in your second or third meeting. You said, we have like $500,000. We need to spend this money down. And we did spend it out a bit down, but this, thanks to the gala, we again came back to 600, Sally. So we will give you a report in the next couple of years. We'll try to bring it at least quickly before the $500,000, below the $500,000 mark, and let you know we spent some. So, but thank you so much, Sally and Dana, both for your wonderful service to HOCP in the past years.
We'll miss both of you. I know you both have strong feelings about HOC from your prior histories, and it was good to have you on the board with us and using your expertise and knowledge. So hope you aren't a stranger, so that we can keep in touch with you. Good, thank you.
Yeah, if I could just mention one other thing, which I'd expressed to John, I really appreciate the staff support. It made it very easy to be a board member. Things go very smoothly at the meetings. Great information is provided, so that's very helpful, I think, to the functioning of the organization.
Thank you. Thank you to you both. I have obviously wished that I'd had a little bit more time to get to know you all, but I know that the work that you've done leading to where we are today has been impactful. And I look forward to continuing to advance the initiatives that you've supported and definitely intend to ensure that you all remain connected and in touch with the work we do moving forward. So thank you for your service.
Thank you for having us. I think as I agree with Donna, that I've really enjoyed it. And I think you have a strong staff, and I'm expecting great things.
Thank you. So John, you want to move to the next topic for the acceptance of the 2023 audit?
Yes, on this cover page, it says financial or fiscal year 23. Of course, we don't have an audit for 23. We're currently in 23. It's just the mistype on the cover agenda, but in this memo and also the resolution, it correctly shows fiscal year 22. So you all had a chance to review the draft of the audit back in early September. I know both Teresa and Varun also met with the auditors online to discuss. Broadly speaking, the audit, and there were no negative findings, nothing to really report, and so just recently the auditors finalized our financial review, and you all received a copy of it. It's in this packet, and also I sent it to you as individual files, so it would be easier for you to review and save. But I guess if open up to any questions that you may have.
If no questions, I can add one thing, that in the way auditors speak, they say nothing bad happened means everything was very good. So this is their way of saying good things about an organization and the audit that they conducted. So I guess HOCP has been a good partner and been solid in their account bookkeeping. So it seems they've passed the test for the past several years. So that speaks loudly of HOCP and the good internal controls in place by HOC to make sure that they do produce good reports. Thank you. Well, again, I think, John, we do need to get a resolution in place if there is no comments on this.
Yes, AJ, the next page, I think, or 2 pages after, is the actual resolution, and there it is right there. So we would need a motion and a second to the motion to accept the audit into the record, officially pass resolution number 2208.
I would like to then ask for a motion to approve the minutes. Any seconds?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 One against? Not hearing anyone against, the resolution is approved.
So if we can, I think it would be helpful for us to be prepared to mark our calendars the next time we meet and plan out a full year of meetings, if that's okay. And for our next meeting, we need the next meeting in January, because in January.
No, that's how a full year. Congress hasn't even come out with their. We can do our best.
Well, the commission plans out their meetings a full year ahead, so we could try to do the same. So like I said, in January's meeting, we will have, it's an important meeting because we'll have a second quarter financial reports. We'll have a full report on all activity of the Inspire celebration event. And of course, we will have election of officers. Each year in January, we elect chair and vice chair and treasurer. And hopefully we'll have some nominations to discuss people interested in joining the board. So I guess just informally, are there any days of the week that are the best? Maybe we can find a particular day of the week and stick to it. Or I could easily just send all of you a survey. That might be better. Send you a survey online and you can complete it, and we'll pick a day that's good for everyone.
John, would you mind doing that? That would be helpful for me.
Yeah,
just
that's
need to
fine.
think about it. Yeah.
So it'll be somewhere the 3rd and 4th or 4th week of January. But I'll send that soon, in the next week or two.
Okay.
Awesome. So, John, are there any other topics that we need to discuss?
I think that is it that I have. Yes.
I was going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. So if you don't have anything, I'm good. All right. So if there's nothing, then I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Donna and Sally. Good luck to both of you.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Happy
Thank you.
holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
You
Happy
guys.
holidays.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
All the best to you.
All the best to you, and I hope COVID doesn't get in your way as much this time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch, Sally. Take
Please,
care.
and you have to tell me how to return my laptop.
Oh, okay. Yes.
We can talk tomorrow.
I'll let you know.
Good.
Certainly.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Good night, everybody. Is everybody gone?